Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and happy Sunday. And also, you're probably wondering, why do I have all of these fusion monsters just all over the playmat today, right? Because that almost doesn't make any sense. Well, what could we be talking about? Why is it a speed duel spotlight? Why is there like a dozen or more monsters just chilling here? Because the spotlight is on your extra deck, okay? I don't want to talk about any one card in particular, but realistically, like, why every player that ever walks up to any table should always have an extra deck. And it's not for the reason you think. It's not because every deck needs one. It's not because every deck can play them. In fact, there's a couple I can just name right off the rip that can't. And for the most part, it's these two skill cards that state it. So with Crystal Transcendence, you can... what does it say? Is this one where it's only crystal monsters and dragon monsters can only be played? And then, of course, the one that I famously just messed up on was the Dark Scorpion Gang. That monsters that are not named Dawn, Zalug, and or Dark Scorpion cannot be played. So, even if you were playing these two, why would it be smart to still have an extra deck? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. So, as you can tell, I picked a lot of really good ones, including my normal extra deck. You can see Blue Eyes Ultimate, Cyberblade or Cyan, all of those. You can see Senshi. You see all my tech hero stuff, even the evil heroes. Great stuff. Don't know how Alligator Sword Dragon made it here, but he can attack direct. So you know what? He's cool, and we're going to keep him here. The purpose of the extra deck is to be able to play extra monsters. Now, right now in Speed Duel, we are limited to just fusions, which is fine. I do think that once we start adding in synchros and exes, I think we're going to lose some of the purest players. But rather than lose them, I would like to encourage them to start coming up with their own house formats, their own house rule sets, to where maybe you can play certain ones, but like all the crazy ones, maybe not. Or maybe you just don't play those, but you keep all the main deck monsters, or you just keep just the spells and the traps, whatever. I hope that you guys continue to enjoy the game any which way that you can, because honestly, that's what it was made for. It's a game. It's meant to be played. It's meant to be enjoyed, and that's really what we're supposed to be doing here. But competitively, you should always have one of these. And the reason you should always have an extra deck is for a couple of reasons. Number one, some of the most powerful cards in the game exist here. Like Dark Gaia. When he attacks, monsters flip face up. If they have flip effects, they don't get them. So you could run into something that's face down. It could be Old Vindictive Magician. Flips. Effect is negated. You ran into it. Plus, the most powerful one I've been able to create is 7,500 points in Speed Duel. Okay? I will give you guys that list. I promise. It is simple. It is Ravael plus Valkyrian the Magna Warrior. That is what I ran to do it. It is phenomenal. And again, that is like an instant KO when that happens. So, pretty fantastic. Hard to do, but fantastic. Additionally, you could probably double up on that by playing Dark Fusion, Dark Calling. That's neither here nor there, right? Again, evil heroes. Lightning Golem. He's just going around destroying cards. No discards. All of these cards are great. But you can only carry 6 at a time. So, that is true. Now, there is one other thing that's true. Even if you're running these skills, there's one rule that I've been noticing gets overlooked a lot. And you know what? In the next coming weeks, I'm going to build a couple of decks that do this. And what that is that I'm talking about, is you guys can use other skills at the same time. And I don't mean the like playmat sheets that we got with the different booster boxes that are like, oh, mix and match, play 2 skills at once. No. Go online, go to Konami's website, go to the Yu-Gi-Oh part, go into the Speed Duel rules, download your PDF, read that thing. You guys could totally have side decked skill cards. Now, if you side decked a skill card and you play the Nobody Suspects the Dark Scorpion game 1, you can side out your skill if you have another skill in your side deck. Now, I play with clear sleeves because it makes it very easy to do this when we're play testing things around here. But in public, I'm probably not setting my side deck and my extra deck face up or anything. My side deck, I'll probably go like, yeah, I got 6 cards in here. It's cool. And I probably won't show that to my opponent. So they may not know that I have this. But they might. They might know. And you can swap this out. And if I swap this out game 2, all I need to do is swap it out for another skill. So you just have to have another skill. What's another great skill that you could play? Depending on how you were doing with your ban list. Because again, not everybody is like me. Not everybody does the casual and the competitive and likes to bounce back and forth. But you might have had the Joey Wheeler skill. I'm just going to attack in your side deck. At which point, now the Dark Scorpions have this in their retinue. And now there's going to be one trap card that's not going to be flipping up per turn against them, allowing them to get through and basically disarm the opponent's side of the field. At the cost of not using this skill games 2 and 3. So there's that. And then additionally, there's one of my big favorite things, Waking the Dragon. Look, you don't need to own Waking the Dragon to threaten your opponent with the thought of Waking the Dragon. Because anybody who knows meta, anybody who's like really into meta, they know that things like Waking the Dragon exist. They know this because they keep an eye on all of the deck lists that are making their way around. And they do this because they want to use other great cards like Mind Crush, last week's, spotlight. And because of that, because they're trying to keep up with knowledge for this, they know the discard is out. And if it's a deck that shouldn't be using something like this, maybe games 2 and 3, they need to be looking out for what's in the back row, because now there could be an extra deck full of cards like Destiny and Dragoon and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon ready to come out there and tear apart their hit points. So, again, this week, I really want to talk about just the extra deck. I think it's important if you can play it or not, even if you're playing a skill that states that you shouldn't be able to play it or not, because you can side deck skills. Okay, that is a rule. I promise in the next week or 2, I'm going to make at least one deck where we do this. We will be swapping our skill card out for game 2 and 3 in order to play like we had 2 variants of the same deck. So, that said, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope this wasn't too rant-like. Maybe that's what I'll do. It'll be the Speed Duel Spotlight rant on the extra decks. Either way, guys, hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, do the things, or don't. It's Sunday. Go enjoy yourselves, okay, my friends? And hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video, all right? See you later.